morning.
Okay,
Thanks for coming around. We're happy to have you here. Welcome to Rough and Tough Records.
It's my pleasure to meet you. Hi,
Same
Deena.
here. Let's go inside.
I know, you know, Africa's number moja. We just living together, Pamoja. You got
It is very good. We are happy that we can welcome you today in our studio because we have just opened it. It's very fresh, very new.
How long?
Oh, we have just opened it like 2 months ago. Some things we are still constructing, but we are on the way. Yeah, I'm excited to show you around. My manager, CEO of Rough and Tough Records,
Oh.
the man behind the curtain. Yeah. All right. Maybe we start with the rehearsal room first, where I'm also rehearsing with my band, but also other bands can come and rehearse and have their times and book. So let me show you around there. That's our section for the live music, which I love so much. Yes, I love to play with the band. I never prefer to sing on a CD. It doesn't have feeling, it's not real. So I love to play with the band for events, weddings, bigger concerts.
Interesting, because now most of the Ugandan artists have resorted to doing the band for their concerts.
I think it's not only the artists, it's actually also the event managers who put stages, and they don't want to invest the money of putting a backline for a band. But it has so much more vibe and soul if you have a live band. Nothing can compete that. Yeah. 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 For our rehearsals. Yeah. All right. So then, of course, the heart of the office now is the studio. So far, we have our producers here who are here all the time, recording people. We have a very nice sound booth. Yes, this is where I record. This is where I create instruments. Everything, yeah.
So now you only come in here for your audio output, right?
Yeah.
So this is where the magic.
Yeah.
Rough and Tough Records.
Yeah.
Why Rough and Tough?
The label, so the owner of the label had this before. He was operating in Namibia, had some artists there under contract, and then he decided to move back to Uganda. So Rough and Tough, I think, because nothing can keep us down. We will work the way up, doesn't matter what. So yeah, please have a seat.
Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of the show Her Moment, and I'm your host today, Asha Kulsum. Now with me in studio, now not the record studios but Rough and Tough Studios, is my beautiful guest, Deena. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So happy to be here. It's Rough and Tough and all the way to Kisasi to meet the only Muzungu, the only German who can speak Luganda, and you feel like, yeah, she is my Muganda sister. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Who is Deena?
Deena is an artist currently based here in Uganda. I do Afropop, Afrofusion. I do a lot of Ugandan music. I sing in different African languages. Yeah.
Saying that because one of the things that identify you in our country is the fact that you sing fluently in Luganda. Why Luganda?
So when I came to Uganda, for me, I was very interested in the music scene. I love the Ugandan music, so I thought it would be nice to do music here. But if I do it, I should do it as Ugandan do it, because it makes it authentic. So to make it sound authentic, it was important to also sing in the language. And for me, it was a good challenge, personally. But as well, I think it should be custom. If you go to another country, you should at least try, not everybody can, but you should try to learn about the culture, learn about the people. And I believe that language is a good tool to actually learn about people and about culture. So it opens a lot of doors that you can't open if you don't actually try.
If I may take you back, where were you born in?
I'm born in Germany, in the south of Germany. Grown up there and did my school there. And after school, I applied for voluntary work, and I got work in Rwanda. So I came for my first time to East Africa.
When was that?
It was 2012.
So you were in Rwanda for how many years?
For 1 year.
As a social worker?
Yes, as a social worker.
Wow, that means that Deena is not only interested or does not only do music, but she is a social worker who wow, that's very beautiful. A social worker who minds about people's lives, creating change. And here we see Deena into the music industry. When did you decide to come to Uganda?
After my year in Rwanda, I went to visit Uganda, and I liked it from the start here. I like the vibe of the city, of the people. I love the music. So when I got an opportunity to go in the studio, that's how it all started. I never came here with the intention I'm going to be a musician. After I graduated from school, I had that thought of should I maybe do music professionally? Many people told me just do something with music, but I decided for myself I don't want to go that way. If it ever happens in my life, I'm gonna try it. So I just left it like an open book for me. I wasn't forcing it, and so I didn't come with the intention to Uganda to say I'm gonna start a career here, I'm gonna be a musician. It just more or less happened because I love music. It's my passion. It plays such a big role in my life, has ever played, and I can't live without it.
Does that mean that at a certain point you realized or you thought of doing music maybe when you're still young?
I did a lot of music when I was a child. I had different bands. I did a lot of theater, so I was on stage a lot. But it was always out of passion. And then later, I started writing my own songs. So there was a time when I had a guy in Germany that had a label, and he was kind of thinking of signing me, and I had the option. But I decided I don't want to go for it. And I also had the possibility to go to a music school, but I didn't do it. It just kind of didn't feel right at the moment. And when I released my first song here in Uganda, suddenly things started happening on its own. So I had basically no choice. Before I even realized, I was already in it, So I was like, this is amazing. This happens to a few people.
Yeah.
So I want to have the chance to see Uganda from that side. I want to know how do people work here, how do they do their thing, how is it on TV, how is it on radio, and I also wanted to use the chance to actually show to my country, to Europe, to show a different picture of Africa, because mostly the reports where I come from, they're about war, poverty. Exactly, also social worker, what I did before. So when I started doing music here, I saw it as an opportunity also to show my country and to show in Europe another picture of Africa. Because most of the reports, they're about poverty and about war, and all the terrible things that happen. And also, us in Europe, we have terrible things, So it's very one-sided. And I saw it as an amazing opportunity to actually show a positive side of an African country. I was able to show fabulous musicians, so talented people, show them how the media world operates, show them that there is rich people, they have money, things are also working nicely. And that was a very amazing opportunity.
So your music really carries a message to the people out in Europe, because the fact that you do music in Uganda, people feel like, yes, you still can do something in the country, in Africa, and something is put across. Why do you choose to adopt the African culture? Because literally, if you met Deena, you would think she has been in Uganda for all of her lifetime.
It just feels right. It's not like I'm faking it, and I'm just saying like I'm waking up and putting some African attires on and dancing around. It's not the case. Like I feel it comes from inside. It's interesting for me. I also asked about a lot of background information. I just feel the music within, like inside of me. I feel like this is what I can do, and I think I'm not so bad in it. And it's just it is so wonderful for me to learn that and to show like some also kind. For me, it's a way to show respect to a culture and to people, to a country, and I'm trying to not be misunderstood, that people think like I'm just doing this for money or anything. It's not the case at all.
It really feels, because sometimes when someone has not met you, they'll think, this is just the money, this is maybe she's trying to put it out. But trust me, I've met Deena and she can speak Luganda, she can eat Ugandan food, everything is Ugandan about her. But then this drives me back to the question, as a social worker, when you came to the country, it was literally social works. Not until you discovered that you have to do music. Now, as a social worker, someone who has always wanted to do something to change the society, and here you are, you're in the music industry, and yes, you know the Ugandan music industry. We have a lot of challenges, and as women, we face a lot of challenges. Now, this is a grand opportunity for someone who is not a Ugandan to give us the touch and the feel of what Ugandan music is to the females.
It's good that you're talking about that topic, because it's something that I have thought a lot about. And actually, it's not only in Uganda that you face a lot of challenges. We have the same in Europe. We had some scandals coming up in America recently that we heard about. As a woman, it is hard to be taken serious. Many people think like you're kind of desperate.
Yeah.
They want to bring you down in saying like they're doing body shaming, and either you're too fat, or you're too skinny, or you're too ugly, or you wear too much makeup, or you don't wear makeup. They always find a reason to like show you that you are not as worthy, and it takes a lot of courage to stand up to that. You will find musicians that they are so talented, and then they're looking for management, and then the management is going to tell you, you're talented and you sing nice, but you don't look good, so we can't sign you. You find those things in the industry, and you also find things like they give you trouble. For example, they will tell you like, I'm going to play your song in the radio only if you give me money, or if you give me other parts of your body, which is super disgusting. And many women face those challenges, and it's really sad to see. It's sad to see, and it's hard to overcome.
How have you overcome this? Okay, before we go to that, let's take us through your musical journey, like your musical journey, and how you're managing it in the country.
I released my first song in 2018, Mumulete. That time I worked with Mirage Concepts. He was the first one we went to, and we just did a song and recorded something, and then we recorded a video. It was a very amazing experience, and then after it went on the media, it went big on social media. So I started doing more. I released 2 more songs that year. Then I had my first collab with Radio Louiso. I worked in some video projects with Chameleon. Now I have new collabos coming up. I have sang songs in Runyankole, in Swahili. I'm working on a song in Kinyarwanda right now. Of course, I'm doing my music in Luganda as well. So it has been an amazing journey. I've met so many presenters, so many strong people, so many inspiring people in the industry.
So how are you taking the music management, like as a female? How are you managing to break through, no matter the the image they portray in the society that, is seen as second, but then you still struggle to push it out, because we're seeing different female artists in the country pushing it out there and they're being tops, but then you wonder at the back of the mind, you're like, okay, is it real, or there's something behind it? So as someone who is not a Ugandan, you would have citizenship, but then you're not a Ugandan born. How are you seeing this in your country?
For the women, I think it's very important that you try not to listen to what people talk, because people talk a lot. They're going to talk in your faces, on your back, everywhere. They're going to try to bring you down, especially also the internet is a problem nowadays. You might put a picture out there, or you might release a video, and they're just going to talk a lot of bad things about you for no reason, because you have done nothing. So I think it's important to have a good support, have a good management, have family or friends who can tell you, like, don't listen to that. You are beautiful. You don't need to listen to that. Because I also come to the point where people talk and I start doubting myself. I'm sitting there, it's like, maybe I'm not talented. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I'm not allowed to do that. And it's good to listen to critics and to develop. But criticism can be positive and negative. Don't listen to the negative one. If somebody criticizes you to help you, it's a good thing. So it's important to have a good management that protects you also from a lot of things.
As women, we are challenged with what people say, what people write, what you see in the papers. Sometimes real, sometimes it's false, but those are some of the things that put us down. Now, let's talk about social media and bloggers.
They will create all kinds of stories. Sometimes it's funny, like you sit there, you check the newspaper, and then you see, oh, this person actually I'm dating, I didn't know. Or like, oh, I've bought a house in Machindia, I didn't know. Sometimes it's funny. But it's a limit. Sometimes they just write to create a story, and it just makes you feel bad, because sometimes they write bad things about you. And in the media, if you're in the spotlight, there are so many situations where you can be misunderstood, and then you sit there and it's like, this is not what I meant, this is not what I wanted to say, but people for some reason perceived it that way. And then you start struggling, because you're like, I want them to see who I am, the real me, but sometimes it's hard to reach people.
Who writes for you? Oh, you write for yourself? Different
situations. I have been working with Yese and Kiki, been working with Ray Signature. Sometimes I have writers who are very new. They come to our studio, they bring songs, they're like, I've written this, can you listen to it? Maybe you like it. Sometimes I also sit down with writers together and we start brainstorming. Radio himself has been writing for me. Many different people.
Taking it back to German, how do they feed in your music?
I was actually surprised, because I thought nobody is gonna even care about it. Most people, if you tell them Uganda, they don't even know where it's located. So the media response was so huge, and it feels so good if I see on my social media, on my Facebook, if I see fans from Germany and they send me videos where they're trying to sing Luganda, and they're embracing it so much. They're always like, oh, we don't know what you're singing about, but it's so nice. And it's for me a good chance to actually show them something, to just through the music. Maybe somebody's going to take a laptop and start Googling Uganda and reading about it and informing himself about it. And if that happens, then I already feel good, because I have done something positive.
I think the Ministry of Tourism is wrong not to take you up for our ambassador. I mean, you're selling us. And let's get it back to family. How long have you been in Uganda?
6 years now.
5 years. 6 years and doing Ugandan music. And how does your family take it? Like, I kind of feel like they'll say, our daughter is lost.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it has two faces. The one face is like, we are sad, our daughter is far away and she's lost. But on the other hand, they're very proud. My mom keeps collecting all the articles and videos about me, and she's very excited about it. But on the other hand, I'm so far away. I also miss them, my family and friends. Yeah, but I'm trying to travel and see them, and they came to visit me, all of them. My parents have just been here recently in December. So, yeah.
How is the ideal day like waking up in the morning and
Every day is different.
okay?
Every day is different. There might be weeks that are totally full of work, and then there's a week suddenly things are a bit low. I can be in the studio, I can be on stage, I can rehearse, I can go to photo shoots, I can go to video shoots, I can meet people, I can plan things, I can be here around the office to do office work. I can brainstorm about what am I going to sing next, which style of music do I want to do. I might just be at home and play my guitar and find some melodies, and every day is different.
And that brings me to what kind of music are you doing as Deena?
Currently, I think it's Afro pop. I would consider it Afrofusion. Sometimes I bring some Western elements in my music. Sometimes it's totally local. Sometimes I like to switch it up, go into jazz, go more into pop. I like to discover different aspects of my
So you don't
own
have like a
personality.
standard genre of music that Deena does this kind of music?
I wouldn't say so. Yeah, I have asked myself many times that question, but I'm too interested in many things. I might record a jazz song and then I'm like, I want to rap.
Okay.
Like the next song we're going to do hip hop. That happens. So I have dancehall songs, I have urban songs, I have pop songs, all mixed. Yeah, it's a mix. There's something for everybody, I guess.
How is your music career like in cases or instances of financing? How are you benefiting financially? Because the people out there, the young girls out there who want to do music, but they look at it as something that when you want to get money in music, you have to take a long time struggling and hustling for it. But I think from your story, maybe the young girls out there can learn something and maybe, go for it.
I think it takes, of course, music is also investment, as every business is. You can't say, I'm going on stage and I'm going to earn money and then I spend all my money for my stuff. It has to go back into the music. You have to upkeep the music. There's videos have to be shot, studio times, all that costs money. So for the start, it's good to find reliable management that helps you, guiding you through. You should be able to earn something, but you should also be able at the beginning to say, I'm going to put myself into it and maybe earn less and build it up later. But don't let them exploit you in a way that they're saying, you have to do this for free and do that for free and do everything for free, because free air doesn't bring food on the table. So it's a mix between both. You have to be strong and believe in yourself and go with the flow. Try to find the right people behind you, because the team is everything. I would be nothing with my team. I have everybody who works around me, with me, for me is Ugandan. They come up with great ideas, they're inspiring people, so the team is everything. You can't do it alone.
So, I really want to break off this saying that many people say there is no money in music. Actually, that's what most people say, because those people who have made it in the music career, the big musicians, most people say, oh, it was luck, oh, they've done it for a long time. I just want to get it from you because you're honest.
It is, I think it's kind of true. There is music in the industry, but the market is very competitive. There's many musicians and people don't like to spend on it. And that's all over the world the same. They're like, oh, you have a band, let me give you 100,000. It's like, we are a band of 7 members. We have a management, we have a car, we have equipment, we have sound engineers, we have light engineers. How do you think we are going to pay all these people from 100,000? So it's that mindset that many people think like art is for free. We are not, most of the people that do art, we are not money-orientated people. We don't say we want to do music to become rich. We do it because we love it, but we also need to sustain ourselves. So it's a mix between, there could be more money in the industry, but many people don't like to spend on it. like event managers, you have the big show, maybe in the stadium, 50,000 people, they pay entrance, you put a big stage, and then they don't put a backline for live band because they don't want to spend another 1.5 million. So then they book you as an artist and you go there and they tell you sing on your CD. And then you're like, but I don't like to sing on a CD, it's not real music. I want to give my people good music, I want to entertain them right. So you can't tell them put for a band there, so I come. Then they will say, if you don't want, I'm gonna go for somebody else who's cheaper. So it's about investment.
Thank you very much. But let's just take a short commercial break. But when we return, we still have Deena as a guest, and more is still to come on Her Moment.
Sukuma mkono, tosa mkono, yaongeza lavu. Sukuma, tosa mkono, yaongeza lavu. Sukuma mkono, tosa mkono, yaongeza lavu. Sukuma,